This is the road to Meteor Crater. You can see all the strange rock formations along the way, iron oxide deposits. It's quite fascinating. Of course, the blast radius is quite large, it goes all the way to Winslow, but that was 47,000 years ago. You see no evidence of it here. But here in the crater itself, you can see how the arid temperatures and the general dryness have preserved the crater, keeping it intact. It is the most preserved crater, impact crater in the entire planet. It's over a mile wide. And it's been this way for quite some time, although one of the people who stumbled across it did a lot of digging in the center, so it's not exactly the way it was as when it was first discovered by the indigenous peoples. But it is massive. And this isn't the biggest crater that there is on the planet. This is just a small crater. A small meteor that was the size of a bus did all this. This is the absolute bottom. Sometimes they put a little mannequin wearing a spacesuit at the bottom down here to show you the scale. There are times when you could go down to the crater bottom on asteroid day, which is I missed by 2 months. Although there's not much of erosion here, there are times when when the crater does fill up with water. Some of these rocks are the size of houses. But it's just, to me as a scientist, this place is like coming to see, I don't know, it's almost like a pilgrimage. Because this is a place where a celestial object impacted our planet. And to see it like this, it's almost as if you were there when it happened. Now, the original meteorite, melted and fragmented into millions of pieces and was never found. But for one object that size to do this much damage is a telling thing about, celestial mechanics, how the universe works, how the galaxies are formed, and how the planets are formed, and how things just get knocked around. Look at the size of this thing. It's remarkable. Now, this is a small meteorite discovered someplace in the country. It's written down there, but I can't read it. These things are made up of iridium and molten metals. Iridium is sort of a radioactive signature to detect. It usually means that it came from another planet. But these things are all over the world, and they're still finding them in places like Greenland and Antarctica, just lying there because they're still hitting our planet in small quantities. Every 10 years, they say, one big one crashes into the ocean, but we never know about it because we don't track what goes into the ocean too much until recently.